Welcome and thank you very much for being here. Do you feel nervous whenever you want to communicate in English? Or are you afraid of speaking English publicly? Have you ever dreamt of speaking English fluently? The problem today is that, especially in Kerala, we don't get the kind of proper training to speak fluently in English. So, in this video, I'm trying to break down the three important points that will help you to better your English confidence muscles. Before that, I want to introduce myself to you. I'm Pradeep Hariharan. I'm an assistant professor and presently on a mission to build next generation of English fluent speakers from Kerala, especially those who studied in Malayalam medium, because I studied in Malayalam medium and I was a very average student and my English was very bad. And in this video, I want to tell you what worked for me. Okay, so that you too can follow and you can become much better speaker of English than me. Are you interested? There are three things you need to know before we speak about the concept of fluent English. The first thing, the concept, and what is the problem and what is the solution. So before I start, I want to discuss the question, what is fluency? Actually, we have many wrong conceptions about fluency. So, if you look at the British Council BBC learningenglish.com site, it is said that it is not accuracy, but to get your message across smoothly, even you may make errors. So, they clearly say that in spoken English, it is okay to make errors. The goal of any communication is to give the idea to other person. And second thing is that it is on focus on the message. Okay, it is not on grammar, vocabulary, nothing. What you want to communicate. For example, I am communicating to English and I'm not bothered about my language, my fluency. I'm just trying to give you what is in my mind. So if you want to be fluent, the first thing is that focus on the message, what you want to communicate. And third misconception about fluency is that it is speaking without any breaks. It is speaking spontaneously. Remember, such a level comes much later. So if you're a beginner or started this journey, it takes time. Okay, it is just like what you may call, you have to practice your muscles, you have to build your confident muscles. And why we must be fluent in English? What is importance? Remember, today most of the jobs are conducted, interviews are conducted in English. And especially if you are a BA or MA English student, after that, if you are looking for a job placement, you are supposed to speak English because you are supposed to teach English because we are to be the masters of English. That's why you study bachelors and masters of English. And thirdly, it gives us a lot of personal satisfaction. I'm telling this from my own personal life because there was a time in my life I have looked at my friends who were fluent in English and I have dreamt, can I ever speak like them? But today, when I started to speak later, I got a lot of personal satisfaction when I went and spoke in public. So you too can get it. So if you are good at your English, you can start online teaching in English because there are a lot of people who want to learn to know how to speak English. You can have freelance tutoring. You can develop teaching materials. There are a lot of corporate jobs available for English students who speak really well, and you can go for further studies. There are many editing and proof reading jobs available for English students, and you can work in the publishing industry, and you can help in content creation. A lot of freelancers are available if you know English well. And finally, most of us study English to become teachers of English. So if you want to fulfill all these dreams, please understand what is fluency and how to master it. And second thing is that what is the problem with most of us? Personally, I have found that we are faced with 6 problems. If you can overcome these problems, most of you will be speaking fluent English because there are a lot of English in you. You can read English, you can write in English, you can understand English. But when it comes to speaking English, we feel nervous. Okay, so the first thing is obviously to overcome fear and anxiety. But remember, it takes time. It's just like, remember when you started to learn a bike or ride a bicycle. Initially, you were very anxious, there is a lot of fear inside you, so it's very natural. Okay, so if you feel fear and anxious, accept it's a natural part because everyone feels it. Even today when I'm communicating to you through this video, I'm feeling a bit of anxious and nervousness within me. Okay, it's natural, accept it. And secondly, if you want to speak any language, you have to listen it more. Okay, remember how children learn to speak English. They listen then they start imitating words, then they start imitating phrases, then they start building sentences. So similarly, if you really want to communicate, speak fluently in English, listen to a lot of more English content so that you will be able to speak. The third thing worked for me is by building vocabulary. Remember, words are the things through which you can see the world better. Okay, the more words you know, the better you will be able to communicate, the better you understand. So remember, all of us have got some vocabulary which is known as passive vocabulary, and some active vocabulary. So your goal should be to build on how to turn this passive vocabulary into active one. And the third one is that if you have studied in a Malayalam medium or even in English medium, I'm sure you may be lacking some of the grammar knowledge. It is true, because I studied grammar in my MA, and that was a humiliating experience, because I wrote my first semester exam and my teacher came to the class and he took my paper and read out the grammatical errors, MA English first semester, and I felt really humiliated. But the next thing he did was he asked me to come to the department and he handed over one grammar book and he said, Pradeep, I did not want to humiliate you. I just want to open your eyes. You are an MA English student, your grammar is not good. Go through the book, build your grammar. And though I was initially hurt, today I thank him personally for taking that measure and opening my eyes. So if you lack grammar, accept it. Okay, it's a beginning. So try to learn some grammar every day, because grammar is important for writing. If you write it well, you will be able to speak it well. And another thing is that lack of practice. As you know, in Kerala, especially in our system, there is no practice of speaking happens. If you look around you, those who know English well, they communicate in English well. Others, we all speak in Malayalam, and we never even think of communicating with them in English. So we are what you may call, there are kind of two category of students. So ultimately, the only way you can do is a lack of practice. How to do it, I'll tell you later. And we need support, okay? Because the moment we try to open and speak in English, whatever English is, no, we are made fun of by our family members, sometimes our own friends. So that is, I think, one of the reasons I did not speak English when I was a graduate student, because if I tried to speak English, everyone in my family would make fun of me. Oh, there is a new English guy has come, because I'm doing BA English at that time. So what I'm saying is that we need a community to support us. So how we can overcome this problem? There are 6-step solution to this thing. Because first thing is that start slow and be patient. Remember, fluency takes time. It takes time. Okay, so it's just like if you want to build a six-pack muscles, it cannot happen in one day or in 1 month, or even sometimes in 3 or 6 months. Or if you want to reduce weight or you want to gain weight, it takes time. So speaking English is also takes time. So there is nothing wrong in what you may call taking time. It's a natural process. Okay, and the second thing is that start talking to yourself in English, because we communicate a lot with ourselves. Okay, it's natural. There are two persons within us. So whenever, for some time, try this. Okay, try to speak to yourself in English. No one needs to listen. And the third thing is that which has worked really for me is reading louder, because the problem is that if you don't read louder, we will not able to get familiarized with the words. So when you read louder, what happens is that our ears can hear the words. So it becomes more and more familiar to you. If it is familiar to you, you will be able to speak it out. So that is the third thing you can do. And the fourth one, which is very important, is start shadowing. Remember, there are many good English speakers, videos available on YouTube. Especially, I love following TED Talks. Okay, if you have any other role models who speak English well, just watch their videos for 10 to 15 minutes. And what you have to do is that shadowing. Shadowing means when they say something, you try to imitate, repeat what they are saying. This is how we learn to speak Malayalam. Okay, by looking and around us and shadowing others. So if you want to speak in English, it has worked for me. After you shadow, you will get the natural, and your accent will improve once you start shadowing. And the fifth thing is that practice. As I told you, anything, if you want to master, you have to practice. And finally, you need a community. And how you can find a community? That is the biggest problem. Many of my students asked me. So I have found a solution for you. Actually, I am offering you a community support. Okay. If you look at the description, you can see a link. If you click on the link, I am giving you a free course which worth 4,999 rupees. if you can apply the coupon code confidence. Okay, if you click on the link, it will take you to a page of payment page. Don't pay anything. It is use the coupon code confidence and you will get the course for free. And there I will conduct weekly sessions. So naturally, there will be many students like you similar. It's just started now on this moment of recording video. So if you're watching immediately, if you join, sometimes it may take some time, but once you find similar kind of students like you will able to get confidence, because we are a community of supporting each other. Our goal is and our mission is to build better English communicators. If you are with me, if you want to support me in this mission, join my free course. And it's a limited time offer, because you cannot give everything for free for a long time. So join immediately, be my student, get the course for free, and I will also talk to you in person for 10 minutes so that I may understand your problems. So that's the thing you have to do. So thank you very much for watching till the end, and I wish you all the best, and I would love to see you speaking fluent English, and I'll see you in another video. And if you have any doubts regarding spoken English, please do ask me in comments. I would love to read your comments. I'll see you in another video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.